Jackson, the reason I ask is because I'm looking forward to doing more DIY projects this summer. It's time to get crafty with Kelly and Amber, owners of Sweet Bees Craft Studio. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Okay, what do we have here?
We have all sorts of crafts. We've been starting out with they're called pothead planters. We did those for Mother's Day.
Ooh, cool.
Do you wanna?
Yep. We got a bunch of different paper crafts. These are super easy and simple. You just need glue. We got all sorts of different butterflies, lizards, snakes, all sorts of fun stuff. They're easy for on the go, quick park project or something.
Absolutely. So if you're like a nanny or a babysitter or something, this is very easy. I see you guys brought some paint too, so that's something they can definitely do. But tell us what Sweet Bees Craft Studio is and kind of what you guys like to know about people, or what you want people to know about you guys.
So we started last November, and we are both educators, and we just love doing arts and crafts, and so we just kind of went with it and started having it for you guys to use at home.
Yeah.
Okay, for someone that's like, I am not crafty, I do not know what I am doing, what is a piece of advice you could offer them?
I'd say, you know, it's pretty simple. Sometimes we have little instructions in our kits, so you know how to just follow the instructions, and a lot of them are just easy. Like this one, you just need some glue and just follow the picture. And this one's a unicorn, paper craft unicorn, and yeah.
That's super cool. So how important is it for younger kids to really, I want to say, like just have imagination with these arts and crafts? You know, obviously you want kids to learn and grow, but how important is it to do it with crafts like these?
They get to explore their creativity. Also, sometimes just using those little pieces and like learning how to paint a paintbrush leads into learning how to write. So it's good for their little hands and their brains.
And for adults.
And adults, yes. We do have some adult ones too.
Okay.
That's super cool.
So can you walk us through what you have to offer? What do you guys do?
Go ahead.
Oh, well, so like this one, for instance, is our fairy garden kit. So it comes with all the pieces that you need in a little fairy house, and you can kind of just be creative. You can make your own little fairy paper craft.
That's awesome.
You want to talk about this one?
Oh yeah, this one is our Sweet Bees kit. So you have a canvas here to paint, and then we have some wildflowers, so you can go feed the bees because it's very important. Another little painting thing, and you get to paint in your pot. And then we have your dirt and your flowers all here for you
Wow.
too.
So you got the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
I
got
like
some
it.
little gloves in there.
So one thing the audience may not know is you brought this especially for Jackson and I. You want us to get creative and start trying to, you know, go back to our childhood a little bit and, you know, get creative. So Jackson, do you want to get crafty? Which you guys wanted to show us how to make this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we're gonna do this one. It's a little bee
This one?
bath.
Little
Do a
easier.
little walkthrough.
So you guys are, correct me, I'm gonna butcher this. It's 3 M's in a row, right?
Yes.
So it's Mankato's, Makers, Space,
The Midwest Maker Mercantile.
Mercantile? Mercantile.
In the River
That
Hills
wasn't even
Mall, and
close.
that's where we will be starting June 1st.
Yes,
Okay.
because you guys don't have a studio yet.
Yeah,
Right.
so tell us about that. So what's that studio going to look like? If you had to
we
lay
had
out the
one?
blueprints, what would that look like for you guys?
We'd have all the crafts that you need. We would be doing classes and birthday parties,
Okay.
which actually we might be doing in the mall too eventually in the
Okay.
store because she wants to plan some of that. So it's in the future.
Okay, very cool.
Just
All right, you're gonna have
hopefully
Jackson
come.
paint.
But people
I'm
can
gonna
find your
paint.
You wanna
online
paint?
business though, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, I guess I'm painting.
So this is
Italian.
essentially what you're making, a little bee bath.
I have to make that?
Well, you can do whatever
You can do
want.
it however you want, but this is your inspiration. There's a little sign that would go with the kit.
Okay, so it's a
And some
bee
little
bath.
rocks.
Yep, and then you would add a little water. You could put it next to your flowers, in your flowers, and then
Okay.
the bees get a little bit of water.
I'm not
Stacy
an artist.
Steinhagen would love this, or
I
newspaper. She
am
would
not an
love
artistic person.
But see,
You
that's
just do your best.
yeah.
I'm going to try.
you could
my
get
You
best.
can do whatever
creative
you
with
want.
it,
Yeah,
right?
you don't have to do our example. We just do that.
I'm going to
because-
work on this throughout the show.
Okay.
So-
This one too, for instance, I did that one, and so I just used my little pinky finger, and I made little bees, and even had a little marker in there.
So what is your favorite thing to make, you guys? If you had to choose one, I know
my
there's a
gosh.
lot.
I'm going to say I love making our little paper crafts because they do. They just end up, here's our little lizard and our little shark. So these are just so much fun to make because literally anything, I can just cut it out and make it.
And
Nice.
just be imaginative.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And our things change all the time too.
Yes.
So one last time, if people want to find your website, how could they do so?
It's Sweet Bees Craft Studio. Sorry.
.square.site. You
Awesome.
can also find us on Facebook, and then starting June 1st, we'll be in the mall.
Okay,
Perfect,
perfect. Well,
all
thank you guys
right.
so much. We really appreciate it.
Yep.